All right, let's get into the high school ranks here as Lane Kiffin has landed a quarterback. And anytime Lane lands a QB, you gotta take an extra look at it, right? Especially since this is a guy who's not super highly rated. So you say, man, what does he know that we don't? And that is Rees Wise, who committed to Ole Miss here from Texas, from Austin, Texas, I should say.
First, two things jump out right away. Number 36 quarterback in the country. So like you said, this is an evaluation from Lane Kiffin, but 6'2", 218, tough as nails, man. You watch the highlights. He's taking shot after shot after shot, holding the ball, not being afraid to throw with a guy bearing down on him. He is tough as nails, and he's physical when he runs. 15 touchdowns, 464 yards as a rusher. At that size, you could use him as a runner at the college level, SEC level, and he'll be able to hold up. So just the physicality and the toughness. Look at Will Howard last year for Ohio State. You see some of that. The other part, Austin, Texas, Westlake. Westlake produced Cade Klubnik, Sam Ellinger, and a similar kind of body type player who went to Texas. Drew Brees, I think we heard of him. So this is a school that's produced some of the best quarterbacks around. And you know that Wise is going to continue to take steps, just under 2,600 yards, 23 touchdowns, 7 touchdowns passing as a junior, but he's trending up. Nebraska, BT, Arizona, some schools in the mix, not quite on the level of Ole Miss, at least as far as recent production. But I think he's a rising guy. Kiffin's attention speaks volumes. He said it was his dream school when he visited junior day, got the offer there. So from a Rees Wise standpoint, he's fired up about it. If you're an Ole Miss fan, you know, you want guys that Kiffin can develop. You know, if you need a portal quarterback, they can go in that direction. You got Austin Simmons for a few years. Me and you, Pete, are huge fans of him. Been keeping an eye on him since high school, and he was here in Pahokee, right there on the bottom of Lake Okeechobee, down here in South Florida. You know, one of the best dual sport athletes in South Florida. We think he's going to be a sensational player at the SEC level. So if he's going to be there for a couple years, maybe you develop a Rees Wise, but the toughness you see in the arm here, but man, just when you watch these highlights, note how many times he gets absolutely bodied like that one and still delivers a dime.
Yeah. And I think if you're Lane Kiffin, you kind of thrive on taking guys like this as well, right? And who are maybe an afterthought to others.
Right. And there's not boom. I mean, this guy's getting murdered and delivering the ball. You can't coach that, right? Yeah. There's things that Lane Kiffin can coach. He's not going to coach him to be bigger because, I mean, you could gain weight, but in terms of just being a naturally big player, it's hard to fix. He has that. But then the toughness, man, that's just very, very hard to coach. I think he's going to continue to get developed at Westlake. So he's going to be even better than you're seeing now by the time he's done with his senior year. He might be a 4-star, just big time riser by then. But here's the running we talked about. Look at him put the shoulder down on a pretty big defender. There's good competition as well. And this is what you can do with him. This is the Will Howard comp to me, where you can do some of these kind of things and bring you toughness and leadership that way. But passing wise, you could see like that one, he had a quick release, but sometimes his release gets a little long. You don't see him necessarily scanning the field a ton. Nice back shoulder throw there. So I think these are things that Lane Kiffin can help him, both by giving him simple reads that he can execute on like that one, and also developing him as a quick thinker, going through his progressions. But there you go. That toughness, you just cannot coach toughness like that. Jackson Dart, high intangible guy, now going on to the NFL draft, someone who developed in college as well, was kind of an afterthought at USC when they brought in Caleb Williams, and ended up being one of the best quarterbacks in the country. So again, another one, boom. I mean, this guy's offensive line, I don't know what's going on, but he is getting absolutely murdered on a lot of these highlights. I can't even imagine there's another one, boom. I mean, this is a tough dude, man. And I think there you see, that's the threat that you have. The classic Tim Tebow play. When you have a quarterback that can power run and get you short yardage gains with his running, it opens up all those kind of options.
He's only the 5th commit here in the class right now for Ole Miss, 39th ranked class in the country. Was, of course, a very strong transfer portal haul for them, as it normally is for Ole Miss. So a lot of money was put into that portal class, and I'm sure we'll see this class, up in the top 25, 30 when it's all said and done.
Yep. And Ole Miss, man, we thought the Kiffin be there and be gone and be kind of a short-lived thing. This is built to last, man. You're seeing him just build a program. Yes, they're going to be heavily reliant on the transfer portal. They're good at it. They should be. But then they're also recruiting guys to develop. They're landing some big-name players, particularly in the state of Mississippi. So they're winning recruiting battles and also developing. You like what's going on if you're an Ole Miss fan. This is something that is sustainable and is going to last a long time. They've had flashes where you say maybe Ole Miss is rolling right now and then it goes away. This to me is probably the most sustained success you've seen from Ole Miss as a program. And when you're taking guys like this, you're not taking guys like this to be a Band-Aid. You're taking guys like this to develop and grow. And I like the pickup, like the fit, like everything about where the Ole Miss program is headed right now.